Dwight Yoakam, a bluegrass-infused maverick, gained fame in the 1980s for his innovative sound and style. He abruptly withdrew from the spotlight despite his achievements, leaving unresolved questions. Unseen footage has been found that reveals the tragic end of Yoakam's life. That a well-known country artist would vanish without leaving a trace is astonishing. The revelation illuminates the erratic nature of celebrity as well as the more dark truth about Yoakam's past. It's critical to look into Yoakam's early life and career before addressing these concerns. David Yoakam, born on October 23, 1956 in Pikeville, Kentucky, was the oldest of three siblings. After serving in the U.S. Army, his father relocated to Columbus, Ohio, where he first worked at a Westinghouse Electric Corporation facility before going on to buy a Texaco gas station. Dwight Yoakam first developed a love for music at the age of 8, and in the 4th grade, he received his first recorded song as a Christmas present. His parents' records and Columbus AM country music radio station, WNI, were the sources of his first musical exposure. His love for music was further stoked by his mother's recollections of them singing along when traveling to see his maternal grandparents. The Yoakam family moved to a new neighborhood in Columbus in 1968, where Dwight continued his education and honed his musical abilities. He became a drummer in the high school band and performed as Charlie in the play Flowers for Algernon. Dwight left Ohio State University early to focus on his love of music. He relocated to Nashville, Tennessee, in order to pursue his ambition of becoming a successful country music artist. His favorite genres of music were bluegrass and honky-tonk, which were out of style with country pop and the Nashville sound. Due to difficulties making a name for himself in the cutthroat Nashville music scene, he finally moved to Los Angeles, California. In a bar in Los Angeles in 1982, Dwight ran into guitarist and music producer Pete Anderson. Their shared appreciation of musicians such as Merle Haggard and the increasing popularity of cowpunk and alternative country music in California allowed them to bond. When they discovered they had a similar love for the same kind of music, their relationship grew closer. During the course of his career, Dwight Yoakam experienced both intensely difficult personal times and times of immense acclaim. He encountered criticism from the music industry that he would never fully overcome since his path was too genuine and unwavering for them to embrace. Rather than staying put, he traveled to Los Angeles, where punk and country music could coexist without interference from big business and popular music. Dwight's music became more and more popular. His criticism of MTV's unwillingness to feature country music videos and Nashville's choice to let go of Johnny Cash made him more determined to remain true to his roots. But as he became less well-known, album sales dropped and the industry's respect for him waned. Dwight started to retreat from the spotlight in the middle of the 1990s, leaving behind a waning legacy. Dwight turned his focus to the screen, having acted in Sling Blade in his debut film. He gave a passionate performance in the role, winning praise for his ability to capture the essence of a menacing yet likable foe. A Screen Actor Guild Award was given to the Sling Blade ensemble. But when Dwight made the decision to take charge of his career by writing, directing, and acting in a Western film, his perspective shifted. However, because of money problems and lawsuits from half of the cast, the film failed to make a profit. Due to his large debt load, Dwight was forced to fire the majority of his backup team. He had to put in a lot of labor to pay off his debts even though the movie did not perform well and he was appreciated for his acting abilities. While pop-influenced successes and heartfelt love songs were being published by other singers, Dwight Yoakam was the go-to country vocalist for many other musicians throughout his prime. In 1987, Dwight Yoakam made an impression on Buck Owens with his dedication to reviving the genre's classic sound. He shocked Buck by showing up unannounced at his workplace and convincing him to work with him on a duet. While Streets of Bakersfield was a huge hit, Dwight Yoakam abruptly left the music business. Yoakam kept up his acting career, showing off his skills in a number of films and television shows. In 1991, he starred in P.S. I Love You, and in 1993, he played a part in Red Rock West. When he was cast as Doyle Hargraves in Sling Blade in 1996, it was his big break. He took on parts in movies like South of Heaven, West of Hell, The New Boys, and The Minus Man, which helped him broaden his acting experience. Unfortunately, Yoakam was sued in small claims court as a result of the movie's poor financial performance. Yoakam has a distinctive musical style that combines Bakersfield, honky-tonk, and country rockabilly influences. His music is defined by repeated and fragmented performances, It is influenced by the greats of the honky-tonk, such as Buck Owens and Frizzell, but it also steers clear of Nashville's mainstream pop country sounds. Yoakam writes songs in a fragmented approach, concentrating on his early experiences, especially those connected to bluegrass music, and avoiding writing in an obvious manner. In 1993, a broad spectrum of listeners, from young punk rockers who had seen Yoakam perform in Los Angeles alongside bands like Los Lobos and Violent Women to senior Stonewall Jackson fans, purchased his records, demonstrating his popularity beyond the traditional country music category. His musical image is defined by a moody and deeply private temperament fueled by a restless quest for success and a sharp intellectualism normally associated with rock musicians. Yoakam's appearance during concerts greatly influences his musical persona and improves his reputation. Following in the footsteps of legendary country singer Don Williams, he wears a vintage Stetson hat to demonstrate his close ties to the genre's beginnings and to solidify his place in its enduring traditions. His appearance during concerts wearing tattered denim accentuated his image as a modern-day outlaw who challenges convention. As essential to Yoakam's persona as his music was his unusual wardrobe, which was reminiscent of the Flying Burrito Brothers' diverse flair and his remarkably big hat. His distinctively enormous hat and vocal choices, which evoked the unique style of the Flying Burrito Brothers, were as much a part of his persona as his songs. Yoakam's unique blend of elegance and substance in his attire, which mirrored the variety of musical influences that shaped his sound and fused traditional components with a contemporary rebellious edge, made him a remarkable figure in the country music industry. The fact that he could converse with listeners of all backgrounds, from hardcore honky-tonk fans to rockabilly admirers, proved how popular his music was. Dwight Yoakam stands apart in the country music scene thanks to his distinctive musical approach, distinctive persona, and distinctive sense of style. He has become a well-liked personality in the genre thanks to his distinctive fusion of flair and substance and his devotion to vintage country music. Yoakam represents the genre's versatility and enduring influence beyond his job as an entertainer. His distinct personality and musical style continue to have an impact, solidifying his status as a legendary character in the annals of country music. Yoakam's famous voice is typically defined as having a yodel-infused tone that blends clarity and precision. His voice is described as having a high, lonesome twang with a pleasant nasal tone in the Encyclopedia of Country Music. Dwight Yoakam dealt with personal issues in addition to being turned down by Nashville and Hollywood. He was torn between two worlds, thinking of two nations for Nashville's rock and roll and Hollywood. This struggle affected his love life as well. Sharon Stone, who starred in films like Total Recall and Basic Instinct, attended the 1992 Academy Awards with Dwight Yoakam. Their romance ended abruptly since their relationship did not have a happy conclusion. Afterward, Dwight briefly dated Winona Judd, a well-known country music artist, but their demanding schedules made it difficult for them to establish a meaningful emotional connection. Dwight had a series of romantic setbacks until, in spite of difficult circumstances, he was prepared and poised for marriage and a family. This was his lucky break in the love department. After years of struggling financially, his album 3 Pairs in 2012 marked a triumphant return, demonstrating that genuine musicians like him can still be successful in the ever-evolving modern music market. In addition to being a huge turning point in his life, Dwight Yoakam's decision to wed Emily Joyce, a gifted and down-to-earth photographer, rather than a flamboyant model or star, has sent waves through the art world. Their tiny, private wedding held in the midst of the 2020 blackout limits says a lot about their dedication to one another and demonstrates the value of sincerity and real connections. The life of Dwight Yoakam serves as a lesson that it's never too late to live life with passion and purpose and to redefine success according to one's own standards. In addition, he has been an entrepreneur, owning the well-known frozen food brand Bakersfield Biscuits, which is sold all across the country. So viewers, for the next update please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.